Okay, now 16 people have died in an accident between a taxi and a truck near Groblersdal in Limpopo. The taxi was allegedly attempting to overtake when it hit the truck head-on. A second taxi was also damaged in the crash. It's believed one of the taxis was carrying pupils to school. A second crash on the R71 near Gamakanye this morning left 3 people dead. Let's talk now to Tidimalo Chuene, spokesperson for the Provincial's Transport Department. Tidimalo, good afternoon. Welcome to Today on eNCA. Very tragic news indeed that has hit Limpopo on this Friday. Tell us, what do we know first about this one incident where 16 people, including pupils, school pupils, have perished?
Well, good afternoon. It has been a very devastating morning for us here in Limpopo. Yes, 16 people were confirmed dead after an accident that happened on the R579 near Mtetema in Groblersdal. What all the accident happened at around 7 in the morning, involving 2 minibus taxis, as you said correctly, one transporting learners to school and a heavy motor vehicle. And from what we understand, like you said, the taxi was attempting to overtake and it collided with the heavy motor vehicle and another taxi. From rescuers who were at the scene, there is a taxi that was pressed under the truck, and that's where most fatalities came from. We have 2 of the drivers, taxi drivers, have certainly been confirmed dead. And when I last checked, 6 learners were also confirmed dead from the accident, in total bringing all people to 16. That is 15 who were confirmed dead at the scene and 1 dead on arrival at hospital. However, there are other numbers that we are anticipating. We're told that the figures might go up. So that is something that we're still trying to reconcile with our other stakeholders. But yes, that many people have been killed this morning. And the accident in Makanye actually happened earlier in the morning at around 4. From what we understand, 3 women were in a Datsun sedan on their way to hospital. We are told that one of them was heavily pregnant and was being taken to hospital when a truck didn't stop at the stop sign, and it sideswept the vehicle, killing all 3 women instantly on the scene. So it has been quite a very difficult morning. And what is very frustrating or disturbing from all these accidents is that officers at the scene cite reckless driving as the cause.
Yeah, I mean, it's a total of 19 people dead, including 6 children. I mean, school children in that major one near Groblersdal. And you are mentioning recklessness. That's the information you are getting from the officers on the ground. In one incident, it looks like there was an overtaking attempt that was not meant to be by one minibus taxi. In the other one, a truck not stopping and hitting a vehicle, killing those 3 women, including the one who was pregnant.
Yes, I think that is the biggest concern, and the MEC for Transport and Community Safety, Florence Ratzelani, has really come out strong, saying that we need to be doing something about driver behavior, because quite a number of accidents that we've been responding to since the beginning of this year have a lot to do with reckless or negligent driving from the side of drivers, and therefore we need to be zooming into the behavior of drivers in terms of implications that their actions have. One act might result in so many lives lost, as we have seen today.
Yeah, I mean, you had that bus accident recently. So besides appealing to motorists, as you are doing this afternoon as the Transport Department, what other key messages do you think we users of the roads in and around Limpopo should take into account?
Well, we are doing quite a lot. Actually, we have not stopped since the festive season. There are quite a number of traffic law enforcement and even police that are deployed on our roads. We still have a number of speed operations. We still arresting reckless drivers who are overspeeding. Just this week, we arrested another driver clocking 199 kilometers per hour on the N1 towards Limpopo. So there is quite a lot that we're doing on the side of law enforcement. But equally, in terms of driver behavior, as you're correctly asking, is that we need to be elevating some of the consequences of their actions so that they can clearly see what their actions can result in. But again, a lot more public education, a lot more messages and campaigns that we'll continue to conduct. But at the end of the day, it is for the driver to be aware of their actions. We know that some of these accidents happen either in the morning or in the afternoon when it's rush hour, and I think those are some of the things that we should be having discussions with, whether it's public transport operators or ordinary transport owners, to say, let us find a way of making sure that in that rush, we don't make decisions that we regret.
Yeah, finally, Tidimalo, when are we likely to get an update on today's accidents? You mentioned that there are other people who were injured, and you are still, your officers on the ground are still, and officials are still collating all the information. When can we expect another update, and hopefully there'll be no more deaths?
What we know is that the scene itself has been cleared on the R579. We know that a number of people have been confirmed dead, but we also know that there are people who have been taken to medical facilities. And the reason why I'm saying we will also get an update is that sometimes at the scene someone is declared dead, and only to find that miraculously they're able to resuscitate that person, or the person is declared alive, and when they get to hospital something else happens. So that is something that is work in progress with the Department of Health and other stakeholders. Like you correctly said, we're hoping that the number won't increase, but at this point we're still at 16 fatalities from the Groblersdal accident.
Thank you very much for your time and explanations with that information. Tidimalo Chuene speaking on behalf of Limpopo Provincial Transport Department. A total of 19 people dying today in 2 separate incidents. In one of them, 16 died, including 6 learners. And their officials are still busy now collating the information, and we'll get an update for you later on in the day.